With former Foreign Minister Alexander Downer, who joins me from Adelaide. Good to talk to you again, Alexander. Should we be concerned about Australia weakening its opposition to this treaty at the United Nations?
Well, I think we should, because a treaty like this is not in Australia's interest. First of all, it is on the face of it the worst kind of virtue signalling. No nuclear weapons state is going to sign this treaty, of course. Only countries that don't have nuclear weapons are going to sign it. So, of course, it achieves absolutely nothing. It's just virtue signalling. And secondly, there is a consequence for Australia, and that is to raise questions about, as Gareth Evans was quoted as saying, our connections with the US military. For example, Northwest Cape, Pine Gap can assist US forces which are equipped with nuclear weapons. Would we allow, as New Zealand doesn't allow, US submarines and ships to visit Australian ports? So it would raise all sorts of questions about the alliance relationship with the United States. And let me just say this. At this time in history, I can't think of anything more stupid to do when we have the rise of China, the threat of China, the need to deter China, for alliance countries to block together. And then Australia goes off and signs some treaty like this, raising questions about the sustainability of the alliance with the United States. It would just be a very foolish thing to do.
Well, that's the point about this. It seems so bizarre. As you say, it can deliver no practical, no decent outcome in terms of getting rid of weapons. You've got the 5 nuclear powers as permanent members of the Security Council to start with. No one's going to have a bar of it. The only good that can come out of it, not good, the only consequence that can come out of this is undermining our alliance relationship with the US and with the UK, I suppose, at a time that we're embedding ourselves into AUKUS.
Right. Well, we're going to build nuclear-powered submarines. I mean, not nuclear-armed, of course, but nuclear-powered submarines. And on the other hand, we're apparently going to sign a treaty against nuclear allies. This is in effect what it would be, the US and it's true, also the UK. It's just bizarre. This is the sort of thing that Labor does the whole time, appealing to branch members, extremist left branch members, in order to stop those people from drifting over to the Greens. It's what this is all about, and playing with the American alliance at a critical time in history like this, which is just a political game, I think is very dangerous and very unwise. And it's something, the Liberal Party needs to get onto some of these issues and start calling out the Labor Party.
Yes, well, I think your South Australian colleague Simon Birmingham is the Foreign Affairs spokesman on this. I haven't heard Bo peep out of him on this. So we haven't got much time left, but let me just give you a chance to comment on domestic issues and whether or not you think Peter Dutton has pulled the right rein on opposing the Voice.
Yeah, well, you and I may not agree on this, but I think he has. But this is going to be a great test for the Liberal Party of courage, because the Liberal Party has got to learn to argue its corner and put up with the fusillade abuse that is directed to the Liberal Party, whatever positions the Liberal Party takes. If it agrees with the Labor Party, that's all right. If it doesn't, then there is a fusillade of abuse. You can just see that happening over the last 24 hours. But I think if they have the courage to continue to argue this case, then they'll be successful.
All right, we'll see how it goes. Thanks for joining us, Alexander.
It's a pleasure.
Alexander Downer there in Adelaide, and I did notice the Adelaide Crows logo up on the wall. There you go. That's a tick for Alexander.